second sentence. Nobody noticed. Everybody said, "Thank you." The project was corrected. He said later that those 3 sentences were the hardest English he ever wrote. Not because of the vocabulary, but because he had to walk past the alarm to write them. And on the other side of the alarm at night, there was just a team that needed the right information and a man who had it.
You are not anxious. You have a threat detection system that is working very hard in a world it was not designed for. That is not a weakness. That is a very old brain doing its very best. Your job is to be the person who walks past the alarm. Not every time, not perfectly. Just one more time than yesterday. That is enough. That is more than enough.
Thank you for being here today. If you are learning English in a country that is not yours, if every day involves a small act of courage that nobody sees, this podcast was made for you. We will see you in the next episode. Hello everyone, and thank you for choosing our podcast. We have a big announcement. We just launched our brand new website, yourenglishtoolbox.com. Type yourenglishtoolbox.com into your phone or computer browser right now. You will find every episode with full transcripts, key vocabulary, and free downloadable PDFs. We already have translations in Espanol, Deutsch, and Odyssey, with many more languages coming very soon. Best of all, everything is 100% free. It is still a work in progress, so please forgive any rough edges. We are already building interactive subtitles and stunning new visuals to make it perfect. Since it's a work in progress, we want your feedback. Open your browser, type YOUWARE, EnglishToolbox.com, take a look, and tell us what you think. Thank you for your support. Now let's jump into today's episode. Welcome to your English Toolbox, your slow English podcast, where we train your ears step by step. I am Martin.
And I am Julia.
Friends, before we say anything else today, I want you to notice something. Right now, at this exact moment, there is a radio playing inside you.
You did not turn it on, and you cannot remember a single day when it was silent.
It plays while you work. It plays while you eat. It even plays at 3 in the morning, when all you want is sleep.
And here is the uncomfortable part. The volume is too high. The presenter is not kind to you. And the station was chosen by somebody else.
Today we are going to put your hand on the dial. In this episode, we are bringing together ideas from 4 of our previous conversations and turning them into one single strategy.
A strategy with 3 simple moves. We call them the 3 dials.
First, a 30-second practice that quiets your mind, and we will do it together inside this episode.
Second, a small question that can disarm the harshest sentence your mind ever says to you.
And third, a daily protocol so simple you could write it on the back of a bus ticket.
Ready?
Let's meet the radio. Friends, here's a strange question. Why does your mind feel exhausted by it on a day when your body did almost nothing?
That question has a real answer, and the answer is about how we are built.
Most of human history, danger was short. Something appeared. You ran or you fought. And then, this is the important part, the danger ended.
The body received a clear signal. It is over. You are safe. Stand down.
Modern life almost never sends that signal. The emails do not end. The news does not end. The comparing does not end.
So the radio inside you keeps broadcasting one message all day long. Stay alert. Something is wrong. Keep running.
And a mind that never receives the all-clear signal becomes a very tired mind. starts feeling like the truth.
So the second dial has three small moves. Move 1, catch the sentence. Do not fight it. Just notice it, like a fisherman watching the water.
Move 2 and ask it one question. Is that true? Where is the evidence?
And move 3, rewrite it. If your radio says, I cannot follow native speakers, you add one small word at the end. I cannot follow native speakers. Yet.
That one word turns a wall into a door. Dial number 3, the station. And this is the dial almost nobody talks about.
Here's the question. The thoughts that repeat inside you day after day. Who chose them?
Many of the loudest opinions in your head were installed by other people. By your school, by your family, by 1,000 hours of scrolling.
You did not choose that station. You just never changed it.
Think about what you feed your mind every day. If you plant weeds, you cannot expect roses.
So the third dial is a choice. Every day, choose at least one thing you put into your mind on purpose. One book page instead of one more headline. One long conversation instead of 50 short clips. 10 minutes of silence instead of noise you never asked for.
Your mind is a territory, and only you have the right to govern it. Now, friends, let us show you what the 3 dials look like in one real life. This is the story of a man we will call Tomasz.
Tomasz is 41 years old. He was born in Poland, and for the last 9 years, he has delivered parcels in Manchester.
His English was what he called good enough for doors and signatures.
But inside his head, the radio was extremely loud. Route timers, delivery lists, numbers. And underneath all of it, one sentence, always the same, whenever he had to say more than 5 words in English.
Your English embarrasses people.
That sentence had lived in him for so long, he thought it was simply a fact, like the weather.
Then, one Tuesday evening, something small happened. His daughter Sophia, 8 years old, born in Manchester, was practicing her Polish at the kitchen table. She mispronounced a word. She laughed at herself and tried again.
And in that second, Tomasz felt a correction rising in his own throat.